I'm the blackest panther.
Wakanda, y'all are wasting your time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime. Might do some favors, but I ain't breaking my spine.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gray 15, black.
On second down, here's Wentz. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Black.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, Newton being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That goes for a gain of 31.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Newton eluding the pressure right. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit before the field goal.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Wentz now on 1st down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
15, 82, 82. Black.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Let's go.
Wentz now on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. It's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Into the red zone, Wentz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Room to run inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Flushed out right. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. That one good for 15 and a first.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise, because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds Ajayi. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing on first is Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They run with Ajayi. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Ram. Great 57.
Now Wentz will keep it, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there. Quick
lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Detroit!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Michael Bannon. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Newton. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. From the red zone now, Newton. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw on 3rd down, Newton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On the ball.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Back to throw, Newton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Great. Sunday. Please.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. He got 29 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run with a J. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to get it running right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Here's Newton. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Newton. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On first down, it's Newton. Flush to his right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time as... After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
On first down, Newton taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for Carolina. 46 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6, and the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
Super toe.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Dontari Poe with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
81. Clear.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Got some room at the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Shorty. On the ball.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Black. Run.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
2nd and 10. Newton again. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. Twisting away. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Shotgun now for Wentz. Flushed out right, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Newton to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And this one complete right side to Funchess. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Newton eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
On the ball.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
82, 82. Black, come on. Let's go.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Eagles on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3.
On the ball.
Wentz to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.